public forum, guys. We've got No Name Coder in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Fabulous having you aboard with Lady Justice Liberty Press. And get on over to thepolicerecord.com where you too can enter a cop today, sooner rather than later. Just saying. I'm out here. This channel loves education. You know how I feel about education is power. You know, education is knowledge. Knowledge is power. That sort of thing. Well, I've got some literature that I've got from what appears to be fidja.org. Now, I do believe this is a nonprofit organization out here. I've got some pamphlets that I have picked up because, again, I believe in that public education and doing your own research, but your rights, your jury rights, there you go, true or false, is this particular publication. Now, these are not things that Lady J1A are saying. These are things that this organization is informing the public on, you know, and I'm just kind of sort of the messenger, if you will. And if anyone from the public is interested in the literature that I have forth right here, forthwith, if you will, I certainly will share that information, because sharing is caring, right? Right? Got to spread the love, right, guys? Absolutely. Absolutely. Earlier, I was out here wishing everybody good luck that was going in. They may have been workers. I don't know. I certainly didn't see them marked as somebody that could possibly be a staff. But nevertheless, friendly little gestures of wishing another individual some joy, some happiness, some peace along their journeys, along their way of the day. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. In my good conscience, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think. And that brings me to something else, guys. And again, I highly suggest you all do your own research, you know, do your own education. Don't just believe what you hear out there, you know. Do your own follow-ups. You were out here earlier. I was wishing folks luck, because anytime you walk into these doors right there, you have really entered into a different realm. I'm just saying, you know. Hey, 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 we got Mr. Amazing in the house. Fabulous having you aboard with Lady Justice Liberty Press. I'm out here broadcasting this live public forum for public education. That's exactly what this intent is. Public education, guilty or not guilty? What should you do as a juror if you don't agree with the law or how it is applied in the case at hand? As a juror, you may vote not guilty for any reason you believe is just. Around 97% of all federal and 95% of all state criminal charges are decided without benefit of trial by jury. Wow, that is astounding. Without jury by trial. Wow, that really says something to me right there. Those statistics, those numbers. Yeah, many who risk trial by jury are punished with a far harsher sentence known as trial tax. Ooh, trial tax, really? What do you guys think about that? Do you think that's a just system? I mean, I'm just asking you, my viewers. Yeah, that's crazy. That is really some phenomenal numbers here. And again, this isn't what I am saying. This is what this publication is saying. I believe this is a nonprofit organization. I am going to further research. I don't want to put out any false information out there, but this is really cool information, really good. I didn't even know some of this stuff. Wow. 97% of federal and 95% of state criminal charges are decided without the benefit of a trial by jury. That is just phenomenal to me. What do you guys think? Hey, 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 we got Mike Stevens in the house. Fabulous having you aboard with Lady Justice, Liberty Press. You may be the defendant's last hope for a fair hearing, a just verdict. Wow. That is some real information, if you will. Good morning, ma'am. Good luck in there. Oh, yes, yes. You'll get very thirsty, though. Do ask for water if you need one. They've got them. Just so you guys know that is true. You always have the option of not guilty, even if you believe the law was broken. Even if the judge says you must convict, judges are officially not allowed to instruct jurors to convict. But courts have been extremely lenient with judges who lead jurors to guilty verdicts they regret. Don't fall for it. Again, guys, this isn't what Lady J1A is saying. No, no, no. This is what this publication, this well-known FIJA.org, that's why I think it's like a nonprofit organization because of the .org. So they've been in business doing this for a minute, this publication, this company, if you will. That's not really a company, nonprofit. There you go. Okay, not guilty. There is no partial credit for the prosecution. Each charge must be proved beyond reasonable doubt every time. That it's so true, guys. That's so true. If it cannot be proven beyond a reasonable doubt, then you cannot convict. You have to give the not guilty verdict. That's what it appears to me based upon this literature. And this is just one piece of literature I have from this publication. I've got about 4 or 5 different publications with information on it that I want to share with you all, and I think it's good knowledge. This is good knowledge for everyone because everyone has that chance to actually be chosen to participate in our system. Everybody has that chance of being chosen. And it's such a great system we have for democracy. Absolutely. That's part of the root of our democracy. Hey, 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 we got Joshua in the house. Fabulous having you aboard with Lady Justice Liberty Press. We also have Poor Dirt Farmer in the house. Hey, hey, hey. Thank you for climbing aboard with Lady J, 1A. It's not all corrupt, bar British accredited registry. They all work for the Queen. Get it? Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you for bringing that into the conversation. I love that tidbit you participated in. Thank you. What Joshua just said in this live public forum is so correct, and I appreciate you for engaging. Absolutely. Remember, education equals knowledge. Knowledge equals power. And just because you sit on a jury, which is a very fabulous part of our justice system, um, you know, and I too have even had the chance or the opportunity once upon a time ago to sit on a couple of juries. And I found it very fascinating, even way back then, before I knew everything that I know now. I mean, I did know a lot then, but I know even more now. You know, that's what happens over time and continuous engagement over a certain topic or certain topics. You just grow, right? Hopefully. Anyway, the law. Okay, hold on. I'm not there yet. Is the law that was broken constitutional? Ooh, that's a fabulous question. Is the law that was broken constitutional? Well, that's a good question that they should be asking, you would think. You would think. No. Well, no guilty. The Constitution is the highest law of the land. When lower and higher laws are higher law conflict, lower law must give way. Is the law that was broken just and justly applied in the case at hand? No. Not guilty. Do not check your conscience or your common sense at the courthouse door. Apply them to deliver just verdicts. Just verdicts. In other words, find the justice. Really, find the justice. Please like, share, subscribe, spread the word, spread the love out there all across social media. Hey, hey, hey. As we move on, was anyone harmed? Has anyone's property been harmed? No. Consider what you would do, what you would be doing just or harm someone who has no harmed anyone or their property. Now that's a very good point at hand. If no harm was done to a person or their property, wow, that's interesting. You can't convict. No. Does the punishment fit the crime? No. Not guilty. Mandatory sentence can result in unfair punishments, excessive penalties, and penalties are unjust, expensive for taxpayers, and can ruin lives. Yepper. You get that extra tax, if you will, from those fines that the courts impose, they can be pretty devastating to some folks. I mean, some folks might have the money to pay it. Is that really punishment for them if they have the dough? But for those folks that really are burdened and don't have the money for those fines that are imposed, it just seems a little unbalanced, if you will, because they're going to have a it's going to be a hardship on them to make sure those fines are paid off in a timely manner or even paid off at all. It's a tremendous hardship for folks that, for whatever reason, they find themselves destitute. And for that, I say the law is not fair for individuals that uh, are below the poverty standard, you know. And there's becoming more and more of us all out there that are below the poverty standard as time goes on. Do other factors exist that would make strict enforcement of the law unjust in this case? Yes, not guilty. Jurors have the ability to temper law with mercy when circumstances call for it. Hey, hey, hey. Now, I absolutely love, love, love that one. Jurors have the ability to temper law with mercy when circumstances call for it. That's interesting. That's interesting. I am educating myself and trying to put out some information out there for my LiVEstream PUBLiC FORUM here this fine, beautiful, chilly Aurora, Colorado morning. I've got several different brochures out here informing the public of your jury rights, true or false, if you have questions as a juror. Uh, Again, I haven't really read this stuff, and so we're going through it together. Together, we are learning. Together, we are growing. And together, we shall get through this. Hey, hey, hey. So, true or false, when you sit on a jury, you may vote on the verdict according to your conscience. True, you say, and you're right. But then, why do most judges tell you that you may consider only the facts, that you must not let your conscience opinion of the law or motives of the defendant affect your decision? Well, that's kind of silly because doesn't motives have um, a little question about, you know, your intent, your motive? Isn't that recognized under the law? You know, I think a lot of it is about intent and motives, you know. In a trial by jury, the judge's job is to refer the event and provide neutral legal advice to the jury, properly beginning with a full explanation of a juror's rights and responsibilities. But judges only rarely fully inform jurors of their rights, especially their rights to judge the law itself and vote on a verdict according to conscience. In fact, Judges regularly assist the prosecution by dismissing prosecutive jurors or prospective jurors, excuse me, who will admit knowing about this right, beginning with everyone who also admits having qualms with the law. Interesting. So it sounds like, based upon this particular literature, again from this particular nonprofit organization that specializes in this type of literature, I'm finding out, it looks like, it appears, allegedly, basic information, education is paramount. So you are not walking around blindly if, in fact, you ever find yourself, unfortunately, in a predicament such as this, where you have to go inside a municipal building somewhere at your local, wherever you're at, wherever you're watching, you know. Got to get a drink. It is chilly out here this Aurora morning. It is pretty chilly, let me tell you. I was going to check on that. I'm not seeing that information. So, okay, we can only speculate on why. So we can only speculate why jurors or potential jurors are let go from sitting on a jury bench or on the jury panel, excuse me, if they have quorums with law, if they admit that, there are certain things that they admit to, then they can be released from duty. That shows some sort of bias. There is not supposed to be bias with the government, and that includes the police, guys. Cops can't be biased. They're not supposed to be. They can be, but they're not supposed to be. Cops are, but they shouldn't. It looks very negatively on them. It looks very negatively on the city which they are working for. And when I say city, I'm talking about the city, the city police department, who all employs the police, that's responsible for them. When officers, whether it's individually or working together tandemly as a group, that's called tyranny. And that's inappropriate behavior on public officials that have taken an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States. I'm just saying. We can only suspect on why disrespect for the idea of government, of by and for the people, unwillingness to share power, distrust of the citizenry, fear that prosecutors may damage their careers, saying they're soft on crime, ignorance of the rights that jurors necessarily acquire when they take on the responsibilities of judging and accusing person. Wow, that is a very big job, a very big responsibility. I mean, this is our whole democracy, guys. This is the root of it. It really is. A big part of it anyway. What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Okay, I have Joshua in the house. He's saying it's all corrupt. And I would say he's true about that. Hey, hey, hey. We've got Poor Dirt Farmer in the house. Love the flowers you're sharing. Again, I want to say this is the first time Lady J1A has taken it out on the streets like this and publicly informed on this particular manner at hand in this particular way. Now, I've done lots of public education from sea to shining sea all over the 48 states as well as Washington, D.C. But we're opening up our horizons, guys. How can people get fair trials if the jurors are told they can't use conscience? Many people don't get fair trials. Jurors often end up apologizing to the person they've convicted or to the community for acquitting acquitting the defendant when evidence of guilt seems perfectly clear. Sometimes it's definitely wrong when the jurors feel apologetic about the verdict. They should never have to explain, and that's true. You should never have to explain for your choices, your decisions. You should never have to explain, especially when your choices and convictions have been done in all good conscience, you know? And again, I want to remind the public that the conscience cannot be governed. The conscience cannot be governed. This has been decided on and ruled on by higher courts than Aurora Municipal Court. That has been decided on. Hey, 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 we got Cammed Up Caveman in the house. Thank you for climbing aboard with Lady Justice, Liberty Press. Please like, share, subscribe, spread the word, spread the love all across social media. We're out here at Aurora, Colorado, this fine, beautiful, cold, cold, cold morning. But there is no wind, as you can see by documentation of the flags. No wind, thank goodness, or it'd really be cold. My hands are frosty, let me tell you. Out here doing some public education on Lady J1A's live stream public forum. Hey, hey, hey. We are learning some information together. And if you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please drop them in the live stream. Hey, hey, hey. Got the sound up. Hey, hey, hey. Got the sound up. How can people get fair trials if the jurors are told they can't use conscience? Many people don't get fair trials. Jurors often end up apologizing to the person they've convicted or to the community for acquitting a defendant when evidence of guilt seems perfectly clear. Something is definitely wrong when jurors feel apologetic about their verdict. Now, there's truth to that. Because like we were saying, you should never, never, never feel apologetic if you're truly acting in good faith, if you're truly acting in good conscience, if you're truly huh. Wonder what this guy's doing over here. I'm documenting. Anyway, too often jurors who try to vote their conscience are talked about or it by other jurors who don't know their rights or who believe they have to reach an anonymous verdict because the judge said that a huge jury would that a hinged jury would unduly burden the taxpayers. Well, an unhinged jury, I think that's someone that wants to say not guilty, and everybody else is saying guilty, 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 guilty. And for whatever reason, this person believes they're using their own sensibilities, if you will, to say no. Well, then they're made to feel ashamed, to feel bad about not wanting to okay. But if jurors were supposed to judge only facts, their job would be done by a judge. That's true. You know how I'm always saying about you can't go around and uh, jump across your pay scales. I'm always saying stuff about that. The reason for that is because we all have our classification of our pay scales, our job titles, the things that we're supposed to do uh, has been established in a job title, in a job description. And those job titles and descriptions have been given a value. And when you've got, like the fire department, for example, spreading over information, you know, like I've had fire crew tell me, "Oh, don't stand over here, you know, behind this line." Well, excuse me, sir. That lines up because I asked for it, I demanded it, or something happened for that line to be up. So absolutely, yes, 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 that yellow crime scene tape will in fact be respected. That's first of all. Number two, yeah, thank you. I hope you had good luck in this. Because they're employees, really, you know, that's the reason, you know. Cops, you know, come in with their sidearms and everything and all of their whatever they have on their belt all the time, all the time, and they're never checked. Well, guess what? Those animal guys are part of the police. I don't know if they've actually taken an oath like the police, if every animal control person has or not, but That's something to check into, I think. I want to say, I think I've got a live out there, or I've got something out there back in Nampa, Idaho, when I was out there for a minute from there. But anyway, where I started engaging with animal cruelty folks. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I don't remember what it all pertained to, but yeah, that's about 2 or 3 years ago that I put that up. Anyway, let's move on. Because people have individual, independent feelings, opinions, wisdom, experience, and conscience, that we depend upon jurors to refuse to mindlessly follow the dictates of the judge or of the bad law. So when it's your turn to serve, be aware. I love that. I love public education, public awareness. That's right. And check it out for yourself, guys. So when it's your turn to serve, be aware. You may and should vote your conscience. You cannot be forced to obey a juror's oath. You have the right to hang the jury with your vote if you cannot agree with other jurors. That's right. You have the right to vote the way you choose to vote. And again, that is our democracy. What is FIJI, the Fully Informed Jury Association? Ooh, Fully Informed Jury Association organization. Yeah, FIJI is a national educational nonprofit organization which tells citizens more about their rights, powers, and duties as jurors than they are likely to be told in court. Now, why is that, guys? What do you think? What's your thoughts? What's your opinions? Why do you think folks are not fully informed in the people's buildings? Is it because it's all about the revenue, the fines that can be imposed, the different events they can schedule you on, probation, that costs money out of your pocket every month for at least a year, right? Even on little nothing charges, at least a year. And for that year, you will have a monthly fee for just participating, even if you don't check in to a probation officer. That's right. Even if you do not check in to a probation officer, but you're on probation, you still have a monthly fee. I had a monthly fee for a year when I was had that issue before. So anyway, I'm just saying. FIJA believes that liberty and justice for all won't return to America until citizens are again fully informed of and using their powers as jurors. Return? Did judges fully inform jurors of their rights in the past? Yes, it was normal procedure in the early days of our nation and in colony times. And if the judge didn't tell them, the defendant's attorney often would. Americans' founders realized that trial by jury of ordinary citizens, fully informed of their powers as jurors, would confine, hold on, would confine the government to its proper role as a servant, not the master of the people. Hey, 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 just saying. Our third president, Thomas Jefferson, put it like this: I consider trial by jury as the only anchor yet imagined by man, by which a government can be held to the principle of its constitution. John Adams, our second president, had this to say about the jury: it is not only his right, but his duty to find a verdict according to his own best understanding, judgment, and conscience, though in direct opposition to the direction of the court. What do you guys think about that? Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys, for climbing aboard this live public forum, this live stream, that we are engaged in some public education out here about voting your conscience when you have the job and the duties, the responsibility as a juror. And again, this is not my words. This is not my words. This is literature that has been put out, different publications by FIJI. Yes, that is the Fully Informed Jury Association. Hey, 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 just saying. And again, I have several brochures. If anyone of the public is curious, wants to know or whatever, I've got plenty to share. Absolutely, I've got a big stack here. And yeah. Okay. Return. Did judges fully inform jurors of their rights in the past? I think I did that. Yes, I did. These sound like voices of experience. Were they? Yes, only decades had passed since freedom of the press was established in the colonies. When a jury decided John Peter Ziegler was not guilty, he was charged with a crime of printing true but damaging news stories about the royal government of New York Colony. Truth is no defense. Good morning. Truth is no defense, the court told the jury. But jury decided to reflect bad law and acquitted Ziegler. Why? Because defense attorney Andrew Hamilton informed the jury of its rights. Yes, juries have rights. They have duties and they have responsibilities. Absolutely. And it's their job to be completely informed of those rights and duties and responsibilities. Truth is, no defense, the court told the juror, but the court told the jury, but the jury decided to reflect bad law and acquit Ziegler. Why? Because defense attorney Andrew Hamilton informed the jury of its rights. He told the story of William Penn's trial, of the courageous London jury, which refused to find him guilty, of preaching what was then an illegal religion, Quakerism. His jury stood by their verdict, even though they were held without food, water, or toilet facilities for several days. How sad, how sad. They were fined and imprisoned for acquitting Penn until England's highest court acknowledged their right to reflect both law and fact and to find a verdict according to conscience. It was experience of the right in the Penn trial, which eventually led to recognize of free speech, religious freedom, and peaceful assembly as individual rights. Yeah. Also, freedom of press is also there. And what they're talking about here is, in fact, the First Amendment. The First Amendment has 5 elements. Drop that in the chat if you are known about what that is. Yes. There's not many coming in. Most people are leaving at this point. Okay. Good luck in there, sir. Good luck in there. He did not want to engage. He did not want to engage. Tried. Anyway. American colonists regularly depended on juries to thwart bad law sent over from England. The British then restricted trial by jury and other rights which jurors had helped secure. Result? The Declaration of Independence and the American Revolution. That was the result. So I guess this fundamental right that we all have, excuse me, I'm going to hop off here. This fundamental right that we all have that is fundamental for our justice system. I mean, this is just so cool. What do you guys think? Okay, if somebody's trying to call me, please text me. Okay. Yeah, so we ended up getting both the Constitution or the Bill of Rights out of all that. It looks like. Okay. American colonists regularly depend on jurors to, okay, we read that. Bad law special interest legislation, which tempers our rights. This is no longer sent here from Britain, but our own. Pardon me, guys. Getting ready. I'm going to invite you all to walk with me because I want to put all this stuff away. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, and we got a keeper over here, guys. Just make a note of that. Anyway, out here doing the work, uh, as we must to preserve our rights, our democracy, as it stands currently. It could be a better system, but I think ultimately what we've got is probably one of the best systems out there, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think there's something better out there that we should look at as a people, as a nation, as a system? I don't know. Anyway, just my thought and opinions about things. Oh, excuse me. And again, public education is vital for public awareness. Anyway, guys, I thank each and every one of you for being here, for climbing aboard. Now we're going to head into trial for Mr. Amazing. And after it's all said and done, we'll see if we get a stream put up. So we'll be informing you what happened today. But nevertheless, appeal can always happen. Until then, go out and make somebody's day special. Hey, hey, hey.